Hello everyone, once again, welcome back to my video tutorial. And this is Sir Banana. As what we have discussed from our previous videos, we have already tackled the first two operations of sets, which are the union of sets and the intersection of sets. So today we will be discussing now the difference of sets. Okay, so just a little recap. There are four operations of sets: the union, the intersection, the difference, and what we call as the complement, which is the last one, the last operation of set. So I will be discussing this time the difference of sets. So the difference, okay, from what we have discussed or we learned from the operation uh, during the elementary years. Excuse me. When we talk about the difference, okay, the difference, okay, what operation is commonly called the difference? Very good. It is subtraction. So the difference is you are only getting the elements that is being subtracted to. Meaning na kay kuhaan, unya kinsa may nabilin. Okay? That's what we call as the difference. Again, you are getting the difference of sets. Meaning there are sets nga kuhaan or ibanan or kanan or kaunon unya kinsa may mga nabilin nga elements. So just like the union of sets, it's not actually like it's if you're going to compare the difference of sets from union and intersection of sets, the union is you're going to combine. The intersection is you're only to get the common or the same elements. The difference of sets is you're only to write the elements that are what is left. Meaning to say, what is left after it's being subtracted by another set. Okay? So, naa kay duha ka set, yan ay kanon or na ay ibanan, and then ang nabilin mo to sa imo is 1. Okay? Meaning to say, the difference of set is you're only getting the what is left. Meaning to say, unsay nabilin. Okay? Unsay nabilin na elements. That's what you are going to write this time, and that is your main concern if you are dealing with the difference of set. Okay, sige, para mas masabdan ko yung tarong, let's have example this time for us to understand it way better. Okay, this is a very challenging operation of set because it's quite complicated compared to the union and intersection. Okay, let's have let's say set A. Okay, a very common set. Set A. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so yun sa lanta. Okay, and we have set B. Okay, set B is 2, 4, and 6. Now, listen very carefully. This is very complicated. If we're dealing with difference of sets, there are um, two concepts. There's this is actually one concept, but I will discuss it into two different concepts. Now, as for us to make it, for us to understand it easily, para mas masabtan ko siya na to og tarong. I call this concept as the cookie concept. Okay, cookie. Okay, cookie concept. Okay, are you familiar with Mr. Cookie Monster? Siguro din naman kailan Cookie Monster no na sa Sesame Street or that's where comedy with tiguang na gid kayo si Sir kay nakabot pa siya sa Sesame Street. So the cookie concept. So cookie meaning to say biscuit or biscuits. Now the cookie concept is, for example, we have our cookie. Okay? Cookie. Kana siya ba? Kana siya itong biscuit. And then naay mukaon nga tao sa cookie. Ana, mukaon siya sa cookie. Okay? Let's say si Sir Leo ni siya. Nakubak ba si Sir Leo nun? Ya, mukaon siya sa cookie. Okay? Cookie tahay na. Unya, pagkaon niya sa cookie is ginagmay. Okay? Pagkaon ni Sir sa cookie is ginagmay. Pakit-cute. Pakit-cute si Sir Gingkip. So, dunay nabilin na cookie. Okay? Now, the difference of set this time is what is left kanang na nabilin. Okay? That is now the difference of set. Unsa tong nakaon is mawala to siya. Okay? Unsa man tong nakaon ana nga cookie is wala na to siya. Dili na siya nimo isuwat. Ang imong bantayan doon is what is left. Unsay nabilin sa cookie. Now, since we call it as the cookie concept, this time duha na siya. Okay. If the set, this is not the denotation, the difference of A and B, A to B, and then the difference of B to A. This is different. Okay? Dili na sila pareho. Why? It's because, bantayan ninyo na siya. What is written first? Okay? Kung kinsa ginigisuwat as una, okay? This is what we call as the cookie. Okay? Unya, kung kinsa gisuwat sunod, what's written next? This is what we call as the eater. Mean to say, ang nikaon sa cookie. Diba ganina sa tag illustration? Okay? Since A is eaten by B. So si A karon this time is the cookie and B is the eater or the person eating cookie A. But for this one, B by A. Meaning to say, si B na po this time is the cookie and A is the eater or mo ay ni kao ni B. Now, these are two very different, let's say, illustration of the difference of set. But common, yes, pareho na silang difference but lahi. Now, notice in our example, in letter A, or set A has elements of 1, 2, 3. And set B has elements of 2, 4, and 6. So for this first example, okay, kani siya nga example, okay, A, difference B, si A kuno kanon ni B. Meaning to say, si A nga 1, 2, 3, kanon ni 2, 4, and 6. Now, si difference of sets has a little bit similarity with the intersection of sets, meaning na ay common nga sets. Now, we notice that 1, 2, and 3 has common elements of 2, 4, and 6, which is 2. Diba? Pareho silang na ay 2. Then, kadtong common elements or intersected elements sa duha ka set, maura to siya makaon. Okay? That is the only element that will be eaten by B because B has 2 and A has 2. Then B can only eat 2 and what is left is 1 and 3. Then the difference of A and B is 1 and 3. Okay? Because 1 and 3 are the elements that is not eaten or that are left after element 2 eaten by B. Meaning, gikaon na siya, nawala siya. So, gituon na siya nga sa baba sa nagkaon. So, then, what are left is only 1 and 3. Then, the difference of A and B is 1 and 3. Again, notice that A is written first, so A is the cookie. So, si A ang imuhang cookie this time. Si B ang mukaon, kay mo may gisuot as second. Okay? So, ang makaon nila are the common elements, which is 2. Okay? Then, what is left is 3, 1 and 3. And the difference of A and B is 1 and 3. Unlike B to A, okay, lahi na siya. Because this time, set B is the cookie, no longer the eater. And A is now the eater. Siya na pod karon ang mukhaon ni B. So B na pod, si B kuno ang kanon ni A. Okay? Then, ang common nila nga elements or the intersected elements nila is 2. So, kinsa may mabilin ni letter B after kauno ni A si 2. So, si 4 o si 6. Okay? Libog no? Because it's very challenging because we are following the cookie concept if we are dealing with the difference of sets. Now, be very vigilant, be very observant, and be very, very careful when you are dealing with difference of sets because mo na siya pinaka, let's say, a little bit complicated compared to union and intersection. Actually, For all operation subsets, mo na siya yung murag medyo libog. Medyo lisod, not lisod sabton, but very challenging. Kaya murag maglibog-libog atong utok magsabot. Now again, do not depart from the cookie concept, okay? Always follow the cookie concept. Again, what is written first is the cookie, and what is written next is the eater. Okay. Now, question. Sir, what if walay intersection? What if walay makaon? Very good question. So how about we have this example? Sige, mas masabtan gyud nato ni Sharon. Now, again, the difference of set is we're only following. Okay, we're only following the cookie concept. Let's have another set A. Okay, let's have 2, 5, 10. Okay, and then set B is 1, 2, no, sorry. Wala, may comma no. So let's say, I'm sorry, 1, 4, 6. Yan na. Okay, let's have our difference of set A and B. Now notice what is written first is A. Then A is the cookie eaten by B, which is the eater because si B may gisuwat as next to A. Then A, atong bantayan ron, kung kinsay mabilin after makaon ni letter B. Okay. Now, A has elements of 2, 5, 10. B has elements of 1, 4, and 6. Do they have intersecting element? Do they have common elements? Wala. So, walay makaon si letter B ngadto ni A. Then, the elements of the difference of A and B is, na makaon wala. Wala. So, magpabilin. Ang nabilin, kisa may nabilin, si 2, 5, and then 10. Okay? Or, I can say that the difference of A and B is si A. Tanang elements letter A. Okay? Let's have this one. B, A. Okay. Si B o si A. Now, notice this time that letter B or set B is now written first, so it's now the cookie. And then set A is now written next after B, so A na po this time is the eater, ang mukaon. Okay. B is the cookie, so this is now referring to B, which is the cookie. Di ka na ba itong bantayan? Now, do na ba sila common elements? Do na ba makaon nga element ni B ngadto ni A? Do na ba makuha? Wala. Because they don't have common elements. Very good. Then, unsa may nabilin? So, the what is left is 1, 4, and then 6. Okay, what are left? That is your difference of your set. Or, 1, 4, and 6, we could call it as tanang letter B. Tanang set B is the difference of B minus A. Now, again, remember, when you're dealing with different subsets, you must follow the cookie concept to make it very easier for you to understand the difference between two sets or 3 or 4 more sets. Kung kinsay nasuwat as first, that is your cookie. And what elements or what set is written next, bisan pag duha tulo upat pa na, basta ka ng sunod, mao na yung mga mukaon. Okay? The cookie concept. And then the difference set is what is left. Unsay nabilin mo na siya imoy suwat. Now, sir, question. Do na ba kay difference of set, sir, kung naay intersection? Not necessarily. Okay? But yes, somehow, dunay makaon, okay? Naa siya'y makaon kung dunay intersection. Pero kung walay intersection, meaning walay common elements, walay makaon. What's important is what is left kung unsay mabilin. So kung walay makaon, so syempre, walay makaon. Napay cookie, wala pay nahurot or wala pa makaon. But kung dunay common, tipakra. Sir, question. What if lagi tanan? O di tanan. So let's have another example. Okay, for example ani. Okay. What if lagi tanan, sir? Pareho sila ng element tanan. Sige, let's see. Let's have A. Okay. Kana 1, 2, 3. And then B, 2, 1, 3. Kana lagi, sir. Okay, let's see. So A, the difference of A and B. So si A is the cookie. B is the eater. So si A ron atong bantayan. Karon, do they have common elements? Yes sir, na 1, na 2, na 3. Oh, so makaon tanan. Unsa man ang makaon tanan? Iba imong lamyon tanan. Diya kung imong lamyon tanan, do na pa may mabilin? Wala na, di ba? So, what do we call these sets again? That is having no elements. Walay suit. That is empty. Very good. So that is an empty set, or we call it as, kasi to, butlog slash. Okay, very good. So same goes with B, difference A. Si B na po this time is the cookie. Kanon siya ni A. Do they have common elements? Yes, tanang elements are common. So, tanan makaon. So, doon na ba mabilin kung tanan makaon? Wala. Kayo mo naman gilamoy. Gituon, panimog maayo. So, this time, wala gihapoy sulod. So, it is empty, or we call it as butlog slash. Okay, so these are called null set. Mean say empty set. Wala yung nabilin. Yung gikaon, wala gikan na nalin. Okay. All right. So that is what we call as the difference of set. So always follow the cookie concept. What's written first is the cookie. What's written next is the eater. And then you are going to refer to the cookie. What is left is your difference of the set. Okay, I hope that's very clear. I hope you understood the example. So more examples to be given in the class modules, and also please refer to our textbook, which is the Next Century Mathematics. And if you have a lot of questions, or if you have questions to ask, please write it down and then ask those questions during our Zoom meeting so we can tackle it clearly. Okay, I hope you get it, and thank you so much for having me, and have a nice day. Goodbye.